Mick King is about to meet his new passenger, the 500-kilo giraffe, Matundu.
We've done a lot of homework on this and a few little butterflies. We're just hoping everything comes together.
3 days ago, he left New Zealand and Auckland Zoo. One of only 1,600 left on the planet. It's up to zookeeper Rob to ensure Matundu makes it on to the next leg of his journey.
This is special. If it goes wrong, you just can't go get another one. And so he's highly precious. He's very important to the breeding program.
One of the biggest dangers is stress, which can kill these sensitive animals. No one knows how this first-time traveller will cope. But first, this fragile animal must be gently loaded onto the truck. Safely down. But zookeeper Rob is still worried about his new arrival.
If it's open, leave it open.
Yeah, leave it open, then they poke their heads out. If they can see what's going on, they don't freak out too bad. But he's just frustrated. Who are these people? Things moving over his head. We just need to get on the road.
I'd say the giraffe would have got scared because it scared all of us.
At last, the giraffe convoy sets off, with 4 support vehicles, including power company workers and a team of zookeepers.
My main objective now is to get him to his new home as quick as possible. We're just hoping not to have any more rain, that's all. We're going to lose a bit of visibility and we need to be able to see up on top of that crate, at least to get under these low bridges.
Mick's first headache is just outside the port.
We're approaching it now.
He has just 30 millimetres of clearance, and only if he picks the right line. The dead centre of the bridge.
You're going to be very tight. We're through. Happy days.
But around the next corner, another even tighter squeeze.
Down the end of this, there's some power lines these guys have got to check.
Yeah, mate, yep, okay. It looks a bit low. Mate, I reckon we're going to hit this one. I've got a feeling this is going to be a problem. That's friggin' low. Far out.
Mick's passenger is also checking out the power lines. And then Matundu does the unthinkable. He takes a bite.
Far out.
Snacking on a power line could be fatal. Zookeeper Rob is on the scene fast.
You right, mate?
He grabbed hold of the telephone line.
A lucky escape. Just a telephone line.
He just bit a hole in it.
Matundu, which means the mischievous one, is living up to his name.
Got a real fright. Thank God it wasn't a power line, or it could have been all over. It doesn't take much and we've got problems. We're not out of the woods yet, obviously.
An hour in, and the giraffe convoy is almost out of the concrete jungle.
We're just on the outskirts of Sydney now, which is good because it's going to get a little easier from here. We're just trying not to jerk the truck around and make the rest of his trip a bit more comfortable.
But as they hit the open road, the weather closes in.
visibility's down to probably 50 metres or less. We have to slow down in the fog, it's just no option. Because I need to keep an eye on that crate, make sure everything's intact.
Rather than risk the conditions, it's time for a break.
So we're just going to pull in here and have a bit of a spell. Go and have a look at our patient. Hey, dude. Hey, mate. Seems pretty happy, doesn't he?
A few hours later, the fog lifts. Along with Mick's mood.
I'm feeling a lot more relaxed this morning. It's been an eventful trip, and we're not finished just yet because we're only just over halfway.
Outside the town of Berry, power company workers arrive to clear the path ahead.
Concerned about the time, we're getting held up a bit.
The permit for this job only allows Mick to drive until 8 a.m. After that, he could be grounded for the rest of the day. Not good for Matundu's stress levels.
Really only got an hour and 10 minutes to get off the road. So I'm thinking at the moment we're going to blow out, because I didn't need this at all.
And Matundu's losing his patience too.
Our mate's moving around in the back at the moment. I can feel the truck moving. I think he's getting anxious too.
With the wires finally cleared, Mick's desperate to make the 8 a.m. deadline.
Righto, Pop, we'll see if we can make up a bit of time, mate. We got to keep pushing on, bud.
Yep.
But this fragile load needs a smooth ride.
These windy roads are slowing us up again. We're trying to make up some time, but we're not doing that well. I don't want to turn too sharp or anything to upset our passenger. So it's just, it is what it is. I'm hoping we don't get nailed. There it is, that's 8 o'clock.
Time's up. But taking an exhausted giraffe off the road for 24 hours while Mick tries to get another permit isn't an option.
We're officially running hot.
He needs to buy some time from the traffic police.
Angus, Mick, mate.
There you go.
We're going to be, I don't know, maybe half an hour late or something.
I'll stop the northbound traffic, mate, so you get a run through.
Okay, thank you very much, mate. Bye-bye, Angus. That's for a good cause. A little bit of leniency. Who's going to pull over a giraffe?
But 3 days at sea and 5 hours on the road have taken their toll. Matundu has dropped out of sight.
Don't know what's going on here.
The zookeepers make an emergency stop.
Haven't seen him for the last 15 minutes.
Are we right?
He's just sitting down, but he's knackered like he
Is he?
Yeah.
Exhausted, but okay. For the time being.
Sorry about that.
No, that's all right. It's all good.
He's been really sleepy, and then he just went down. He's sort of bobbing, but we'll just get there now. He's exhausted.
Matundu may be tired, but lying down for too long is dangerous. It can send too much blood to the brain, causing a giraffe to faint and choke.
Hopefully he's going to stick it out to the end of the journey. I think everyone's going to be happy to close this job off, I think, including myself.
Up ahead, a narrow bridge. which could mean more delays.
We should see quite a few people on Batemans Bay Bridge.
They're in luck. Police have stopped traffic.
All good, mate.
Thanks, mate. Thank you.
After 6 hours on the road, a welcome sight.
We've made it. We've made it.
It's been an exhausting 2,500 kilometre journey, but finally, his first steps on Australian soil.
He's up now. He's all right.
For Mick, the biggest challenge of his career was worth it.
If you think you're much better to get under.
Absolute pleasure.
20-year-old Michael Grantham is preparing for one of the most important runs of his short trucking career.
Loading all the feed up and get ready for our trip tomorrow.
A long haul through the Western Australian outback with 6 tonnes of valuable and volatile freight.
If a horse is going to shift out the back, you would look at me and go, what the hell was that?
Powerful, unpredictable, racehorses are bred and fed for explosive energy. Not for standing in a truck for days on end.
Going crazy on.
As the son of the owner of Grantham's Horse Transport, Michael Grantham's been around horses all his life. But he's only driven the big rigs for 1 year.
It is a big weight on your shoulders with the money that's travelling behind you. Horses that are worth $1 million, you know, plus, and you got to remember that. Beautiful. Thank you.
Now he's been given the job of moving a dozen horses over 1,000 kilometres. For the 20-year-old, it's the first time he's driven so many horses so far by himself.
My mission is to get them there as good as they got on. They're very valuable, and that could go down the drain very quickly.
If that wasn't enough to worry about, on this trip, Michael has racing royalty on board. The champion gelding Desert Glow. Winnings to date, $172,000. 1 week ago, he won the Broome Cup, bagging another 64 grand.
Desert Glow beat Deborah Shatana.
Now his trainer, Rob Gilberti, or Gully, is preparing for his next win at the Carnarvon Cup.
We ran third last year and we're a little bit unlucky, so I figured we need to go back because we had unfinished business.
He's entrusting Michael with his in-form champion, as well as 6 other contenders.
It is a bit nervous taking the big smoke down, the Desert Glow. Obviously the horse pretty much of the season that, you know, come up and raced and won the cup.
Up you come.
The loading needs to go quickly. This is when the horses are most likely to get agitated. Making them comfortable is vital.
It is a long time to be in an enclosed area, so yeah, you got to keep their fluids up and, you know, keep feeding them.
The slightest stress or injury could spell disaster on the racetrack, costing tens of thousands in lost prize money. But with a 9-hour drive still to go and the weather heating up, Michael needs to get a move on.
Yeah, it's good to be on the road. Go that way.
But the first leg of any trip is a nervous time for horse and driver. As the animals settle in, Michael's on alert for any banging or shaking.
They're getting a bit erratic and they can actually jump up into the feed bin. You know, they'll hit their head on the roof and that. You can definitely hear that and it throws the truck around. They're sort of really relying on you to get them around as safe as possible as well.
3 hours in, and it's time to pull over. On the most urgent business.
The whistle is just a bit of a relief for them, you know.
Horses won't urinate in a moving vehicle, but most racehorses are trained to pee on command, usually with a whistle.
Most of them know that that's their time to have a wee, and you know, when a horse wins a race, they go into the swab box and they whistle to get a sample off them. Yeah.
As a grazing animal, horses need to be fed constantly to stay relaxed.
They're pretty hungry, which is good. It's always good that when they're always keen to get their food.
Michael's got his eye on a twitchy rodeo pony.
Like, she hasn't been on the float for a while and she hasn't got no rub mark or anything, so she's standing up well.
Next stop, Port Hedland, in the baking Pilbara region of Australia. Michael has 2 more horses to collect. Outside, the temperature is hitting 35 degrees.
Obviously on a warmish day, you know, there's no airflow through there, and that's when the horses start to get a little bit shitty, so quicker the better, and we can get on the move for them.
But on arrival, the new horses are nowhere to be seen. It's now midday and the truck is in full sun.
It's only a matter of time before it starts to get hot without the airflow. Hopefully they have a good drink. That's the main thing.
Inside, the horses are getting restless. Michael can't afford to hang around.
All right, thank you. See ya.
Now he can get some air moving through the hot truck.
Once you stop for a little bit, you know, that airflow stops and it does get a bit hot and stuffy in there for them.
Another 200 kilometres and Michael arrives at his stopover for the night.
It's good that we're here now, and hopefully we get all these horses off and there's no other dramas whatsoever. So.
Close behind is Desert Glow's trainer, anxious to check on his champion racehorse. It's important to get Desert Glow and the others off quickly.
Once you start getting a few of them off, you've got to get them all off, because once something starts happening, they all hear each other and you know, start to get a little bit reckless.
The last to come off is the timid rodeo pony.
Sure. She hasn't done very many float travels, so you know, that's probably why she's walking on top of me a bit.
With the pony safely stabled, the horses can now relax.
They're all very bright, as you can see, so that's what we want.
Okay, young fella.
Gully seems pretty happy with all his horses, so that's a bonus. Got to keep the boss happy.
The next morning, before sunrise, Michael is back into it.
They all ate very well yesterday. Went around and had a look at all their night feeds and they're all licked out, so that's a very good sign that they're all travelled well and ready for today.
His next stop is nearly 700 kilometres away. All that's left is to load. First, it's the rodeo pony. But now it's taken a violent dislike to the truck. Time for some horse sense. With attitude.
Hup, hup, hup.
She's on. But it's not the start to the day he wanted.
Rearing up's the worst thing you want today. Obviously, she nearly fell over and, you know, and it puts you in a crap mood because they're not doing what they're asked. You know, that horse just needed someone to stand over it a little bit where, you know, it wasn't as if it was scared or anything. It was just being a pain in the bum. You know, they do really test you and it does make your blood boil a little bit, but you just got to be the better person.
Next stop, Carnarvon, 700 kilometres away. The horses have now been on the road for over 24 hours. Any bad travellers are more likely to show themselves the longer the journey goes on.
This is their final leg and we want them getting off the truck as good as they got off.
A few hours in, and it's time for a comfort stop.
Just give them some water and hopefully they have a good drink.
By Carnarvon, it's been a long 9-hour drive. After a long journey, the horses can stretch out.
Horses have got here very, very well, which is pleasing, and you know, it's a bit of relief.
Well, he's very bright and happy.
For VIP Desert Glow, this is the end of the line.
Desert Glow, he probably jumped off the vest, which is great. He bounced into his yard and dove straight into his water bucket. So very pleasing that we got here safe.
For young trucker Michael Grantham, it's a job well done. In Melbourne, the ultimate dirt trucks have come to town. Supercharged, methanol injected, 1,500 horsepower. This is Monster Jam. Triple world champion Adam Anderson and his truck, Gravedigger, are legends of the sport. Adam's formula for success? Never say die, even if your ride is falling apart. Truck driver Richard Jackson, or Jacko, is here to check out his next load.
God, they're doing some damage.
Tomorrow, Jacko's taking Gravedigger and Adam to the next big show.
Got to move Gravedigger through to Sydney, and Adam's coming on board in the truck with me.
We had a great night. We won some racing. We trashed the truck. Now I get to experience some Aussie trucking and heading up to Sydney to the next Monster Jam.
Just got to get them landed up there in time for the crews to start work, and obviously with the carnage that they've done today, they'll have to rebuild Gravedigger up at Sydney.
Gravediggers aren't destroyed. We've got a lot of work to do. My biggest fear within Monster Jam is that Gravedigger's not going to make it.
Moving day, and the work needed on Gravedigger couldn't be clearer. While the other Monster Jam trucks still look like Monster Jam trucks, Gravedigger is just bare bones. First job for the pit crew, ready it for the road. Head mechanic Bobby Powers gets Gravedigger down to a more manageable size.
So we call this a transport tire. We put these on because these tires are just too big to fit in the container.
They drop the suspension down and pin it, which they've already done.
It may not look it, but Gravedigger's engine, steering and suspension are state of the art.
Then the truck will go in, lucky to have probably 100 mil each side. They'll strap it all down, it'll be good to go.
Loaded and locked. This beast of a truck is now Jacko's responsibility.
All right, let's put her on.
Gravedigger is worth over $300,000. But getting this precious machine to Sydney is just the start of the journey.
Gravedigger's ready to go, so we'll just pull her out the way and yeah, get ready to head off tomorrow.
The bigger job for this team is the road to repair.
Got to put a brand new body on it, so it'll probably get ripped off again. And with the body off, it's almost scary. It's because you can see so good. You feel like when you jump in the air and you can see the ground way down there and you're like, oh man, you know it's coming and it's not gonna feel good. But it doesn't matter where you are in the world, the people love some carnage.
Adam's anxious to get to Sydney to start the repair job. But after 4 hours, they're still less than halfway.
Man, already 2 o'clock and we're not even barely there.
Just about to go to Victoria into New South Wales, so at least we'll be in the right state. How did you start out driving monster trucks?
I grew up in it. My father, he created Gravedigger in 1982. And my dad doing what he did, it just seemed like a normal job to me.
After 10 hours on the road, Adam and Jacko are approaching the bright lights of Sydney.
This is it, mate.
We made it.
We've made it.
It was a long night of driving. Finally got the truck here. There's a lot of work to be done. The crew's chomping at the bit to get it out. We're getting ready to swing these doors open and see what the truck's looking like and see how much work we have left. All right. The moment of truth, Jacko. Jacko, what'd you do to it?
Oh, mate, perfect.
Gravedigger is in the same condition as when it left. A mess. Now the race is on for the pit crew to get it ready for tonight's show.
So right now we're looking at quite a bit of chassis damage, which means we're going to have to do some welding. There is no body on it. That is completely trashed, so we'll be assembling a brand new Gravedigger body for it right here on site. That truck has to be in #1 condition.
They just have to go through, check all the nuts and bolts. You know, we have our sway bar is out of adjustment here, and so they'll look at that and potentially change it. You can readjust it, but it might not be worth the risk because it may break in the middle of the show.
Before they put the truck back together, they need to fix the tires.
They're 830 pounds, so it takes 2 people to get them to lay down and pick them up.
And this tire needs special attention.
Well, last week Adam blew out 2 tires. This was our last spare, and it was made to go on the left side of the truck.
To put it on the right side, they need to remove the tire from the hub, then put it back on with the tread pattern facing the correct way. But muscle alone isn't budging it. If they can't fix this, Adam will have to drive with his tire tread facing the wrong way. A massive handicap.
Because without getting it done, this truck's not going to perform.
Dan calls in a bucket load of grunt. The loader gives the stiff rubber all she's got. But this monster jam tire is monster jammed.
It is being so stubborn that it just doesn't want to come off. We have to get it off. We have to make this work.
There are no other spares. For driver Adam to have a chance at winning tonight, his tyre tread needs to be facing the right way.
If we keep doing that, it's going to rip the bead.
The Gravedigger crew ask for help from a competing team.
We hit every side.
the loader.
Yeah, we all 4 points on that thing. We about ripped the bead off this thing and pushed it down.
Get some penetrating oil, let's get some slick on it.
Now.
Let go now.
There it is.
Get in the right place.
Thank you.
Good job, Gordo!
Finally, the pit crew can get to work.
You know, we're coming down to the wire right now. This truck has to be ready tonight.
It's showtime. 50,000 spectators are filling the stands. Adam is ready to race. His truck, however, isn't firing on all 8 cylinders.
Give us like 5-7 minutes.
Gravedigger has a spark plug problem. If it can't be fixed in a matter of minutes, the show will start without them.
Got a cross-threaded plug and they got to chase it out with a tap.
success. Time to race.
It's amazing grave diggings here, considering the way it finished in Melbourne.
First test, the time trials. It's a solid performance for Adam, but it's the freestyle that everyone's come to see. Adam and Gravedigger are up.
Gave it a crack. I reckon if he would have kept her on the mat, he would have pulled it off, I reckon.
They haven't won, but for Adam, Jacko and the team, just getting here has been a monster effort. On the island wilderness of Tasmania, 55-year-old Ewan Stevens is at the wheel of an annual pilgrimage. Over the next few days, he'll brave a gauntlet of mountain passes and narrow dirt tracks to deliver a fragile, volatile load
It needs to concentrate.
deep into the heart of a remote forest. Ewan's hauling bees, 30 million of them.
They got 100,000 bees in each hive, and they're all crammed in there. They don't like being transported. Probably go home with 70 stings each. Doesn't matter how much smoking that you give them, they still get very nasty.
Ewan's leading a convoy of trucks on 2 overnight runs. In all, it's just over a 700-kilometre run through some of the most remote bushland in Tasmania. This arduous trip is about one thing, the rare leatherwood tree.
That is unique to Tasmania. It's the only place in the world it grows.
This precious flower gives the Stevens family honey its distinct flavour, but it blooms for just 4 weeks a year. Ewan has less than 3 days to deliver 45 tonnes of hives to the leatherwood trees. Over the next 3 days, the Stevens' livelihood is at stake. Ewan must get the bees into the forest alive and on time.
If we're delayed, it'll cost us $25,000, $30,000 a day, probably more. Can't afford a breakdown. Can't afford stopping on the side of the road with bees on. You have to keep the wheels going.
The first challenge is getting to them, at the bottom of a steep rise.
Because of the rain and that this morning, it's too wet and slippery to go down into there. So we're going to leave the truck up here on the hill and we'll bring them out with a forklift. Give them a good smoke, Josh. The smoke actually dopes the bees, so they don't get going at me when I put the forklift underneath and rattle the hive.
To keep the bees calm, Ewan needs to load up as quickly and smoothly as possible. But the bumpy, wet ground is making the job even harder.
We're having trouble here loading the bees because the ground's like sand.
And the bees are getting restless.
They bounce around, they don't like it. If you can bang on their hives, they'll come out and sting you.
With each load, the hillside is getting more and more churned up. There's nearly 500,000 bees balanced on the forklift. Every bump threatens to topple the hives.
I'm on a bad angle, so I'm having great difficulty.
The last thing Ewan needs is the whole swarm to turn on him.
If I drop one of these pallets, it would just splatter, and the bees would go mad. Pull it out then, fork, Josh.
Josh and Ewan have no choice but to manhandle the pallet onto the truck. And Josh is paying the price.
Yeah, I got a bee on the inside of my thigh.
While he's still new to beekeeping, Josh knows the hazards intimately.
Getting stings up the inside of your nose hurts more than getting stung on your private parts. That's speaking from experience.
It's been a bit of a drama here tonight. It's one of the worst load-ups I've had for a long time. I am behind schedule now, but that's beekeeping.
Together with brother Neil, Ewan has 350 kilometres to cover to reach the leatherwood trees.
It's a long, hard pull, and it's a fair way. There's no let-up in it.
With the bees on board, they must reach the forest as quickly as possible. They'll drive late into the night, on wet roads, and through winding mountain passes to get there.
This is where the road is very winding and narrow. It's got 99 corners and a mile and a half.
With the sunrise, the hives are starting to heat up. Now it's non-stop until they reach the forest.
Once these trucks are stopped, you've got about 10 or 15 minutes, then you start losing thousands of bees. They start dying because they're under shade cloths and they start suffocating.
At the end of the mountain pass, 38 kilometres of rough dirt tracks leading into the forest. On the way in, Ewan wants to check on some hives he's already moved. He's shocked at what he finds. Some of the hives have been vandalised, killing the bees inside.
Pisses me off. I see this all the time.
After a long, hard journey, it's a heartbreaking sight.
There's a yard of bees we put in here last week. Vandals have been here and pushed two of them over, and because it's been so wet, they're dead.
The loss is painful for Ewan and the family business.
200,000 bees dead there on the ground. Try and make a bloody living, and vandals, they don't give us stuff. And they won't survive.
But Ewan needs to put this behind him. 6 kilometres ahead is his drop-off point, where he'll unload one of his 2 rigs. But this is no place to take a truck.
This track is normally a four-wheel drive track.
Everywhere you look, there's a hazard.
It is very tight squeeze. I think sometimes you think we're mad bringing a semi down here. It's a bit of a nerve-wracking track. This corner we're coming to now is completely fell out underneath of it. It starts to move, you'll lose the trailer. Go on, keep it going, too.
After a close shave comes another problem. Fallen trees are blocking the road. With the truck stationary and the shade cloth removed, now it's a race to get moving before the bees start to fly away. Once the truck moves on, thousands could be left behind. Finally, there's a light at the end of the forest tunnel. The boys have reached their holy grail, the rare leatherwood trees. This is what the whole trip has been about. Now the work can begin to drop off 15 million bees at their summer home.
It feels good to have them in here. There's quite a bit more flowering we thought would be in here. All we need now is some sunshine so they can get out and make some honey for us.
2 40-metre spans of bridge are now sitting on low loaders, ready for the difficult trip to their new resting place.
Well, it's 108 kilometres. It should take us around 2 hours, 2.5, as long as nothing goes wrong.
There's a freeway that will take them straight to their destination, but trucks this long aren't allowed on it. They'll have to do battle in the back streets, with their tight corners and uptight drivers.
Alrighty.
Andy Southern is used to congested city roads.
We're ready to rock and roll.
They've timed the move to avoid commuter traffic, but it's a busy Saturday morning with cars everywhere.
Our pilots are front and rear, so if there's cars behind the pilot, the pilot can slow them down. You get people sneaking through and, you know, because they can't wait, everyone's in a hurry.
And even more deadly, other trucks.
There you go. That truck there was just pointing out in our lane, so we've had to hit the brakes. Tried to sneak out and then realised he can't get out, and he's left the nose of his truck out in the middle of the highway.
When you're this long and this heavy, suddenly hitting the brakes is dangerous, but sometimes essential, as Paul well knows. 4 years ago, a driver ran a red light right in front of him.
I was heading straight for his driver's door. I mean, in my head, I thought, that's it, I'm gonna kill someone. And yeah, everything just went slow motion and just reacted and tried to control the truck and the load. Ended up doing quite a good job, but it still tipped it over and ended up in the bush. But luckily, no one was injured or killed.
After a 3-hour journey, the convoy arrives at the holding yard. But steering a truck this size off the road and through a narrow gateway presents a problem.
It's going to be tight getting in there, isn't it?
Oh, it is a bit here, this edge here.
Right, we're about to try and get through this gate. It's nice and tight. We've got Andy up there guiding me, so. This is the crane. It's going to lift the pieces off.
But today was just a dress rehearsal. The toughest test is still to come. Tonight, work begins on the biggest sections, 5 metres longer and 17 tonnes heavier. Next morning, 2 special purpose trucks are loaded and ready.
I'll keep it up a little bit, try to throw a little bit more.
Ethan Canale will be one of the specialist drivers.
Just making sure we have enough weight forward, just to keep momentum while we're going around corners. If you lose momentum and you lose your speed and your drag builds up, you'll just end up free spinning on your drives, and that's it, you're going to get stuck.
Getting this 66-wheel monster to its destination via the back roads will be another huge challenge. The first serious test is just around the corner. The truck and bridge span together are 42 metres, nearly as long as an Olympic swimming pool.
I'm on a curve now. Just pushing it, not much.
Yeah, it's pretty tight. I just got very, very close to the curve there.
The rear truck is carrying a curved section. Its problem isn't just length, it's width. At intersections, the traffic is stopped. They need every bit of road. On the back roads, cars are ordered off to the side. But an impatient driver takes a risk.
Trying to cut in and go plane up there. Some people just have a death wish.
Yeah. A car was pulling up on the side there, and another car's decided to go in between them and me on the road, and pretty close call there in between the load and the parked vehicle.
It's Sunday morning, but for Ethan, this is no Sunday morning drive.
Yeah, seen a few fatalities, which isn't nice. It's the last thing you want to see. Some people just are impatient.
Oh, good. Yeah, we got it.
There's that back right looking there, Andy.
Yeah, you're looking good there, mate.
Good job, thank you.
You're all right.
Thank you.
After 3 hours threading these super long loads through suburban streets, the depot they're unloading at can't come soon enough. Now all they have to do is park and unload. Sounds simple, but backing these 40-metre monsters in a confined space is anything but.
I won't be able to get as close as the crane as Andy, so I'll have to do as best as I can. I can go a bit further this time. Not going to get much better than that.
This was the interesting one with the extra length and the width. So, yeah, it's gone well. It was a good manoeuvre. We got it in there. We didn't try and screw it around too hard and start damaging things and bending things. We've done it as expected and on time, and so yeah, it's worked out well.
Delivered by a team of experts, safely, on time and on budget. Job done.